This video is brought to you by BridgeGap. Daily case studies, practice questions, and more, to help you switch to digital career profiles. And now, here is the case study of the day.
Okay, so here are 4 reasons why Twitter is very different from the other social media platforms, right? The first thing is that it's really about what is happening right now, right? So that is the nature of Twitter. So it would be, for example, if you're following a brand on Instagram or Facebook, it would be unnatural and you find it weird if they start posting say 4 or 5 times a day. But but that's the thing on Twitter, because it's really about what is happening at any point of time, and if there's an event which the brand is or which the company is participating in, you would have naturally have more tweets during the day. So basically, this is one of the main differences. It is not weird to tweet multiple times in a day, as opposed to the other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. People, your followers would be a little uncomfortable if you start doing it, if you start posting many times in a day, unless your business warrants you to do that. So, for example, if you're a news channel or if you're a business magazine, etc. Right? So that's the first one. The second one is it is Twitter. The community is more niche. Number of people, is a lot less than Facebook. Right? So if you're looking at reaching out to working professionals, to B2B types, if your audience is HR, if your audience is founders, right? So then Twitter is really the playground, right? So that's the second one. The third one is the hashtag. The humble hashtag. The if you go back to like how and which was really the first platform to start using the hashtag, it was Twitter, right? So although a lot of people who are new and who are maybe joined in the last 4 or 5 years would probably associated the hashtag with Instagram, you must remember Twitter was the first platform where it really started becoming a way of using Twitter, right? So even if you're say an entertainment client and your entertainment company and you're trying to market a movie, the first place where you would look at doing a hashtag based campaign would be Twitter and not Instagram. So that's and not Instagram or Facebook, that way. So that's the third thing. And the fourth thing is the fact that you have to be really quick and brief on Twitter. In fact, and that's because of the character limitation, which is 280 characters. So if you go back, it was actually go back a few years, it was actually just 140 characters. So you have to really keep it simple and short. And anyone who's been in writing will vouch for the fact that it is very difficult to say the same thing in when you have lesser characters to play with. So yes, those are the 4 4 things where Twitter is different from the other social media platforms. Thank you.
Okay, so let's look at some of the main features of Twitter. So this is for those of you who are new to Twitter. This would be a good recap, okay, of things. So for example, these are some of the main terms. Okay, so tweeting, retweeting, direct message, handle. Okay, so basically when you find you can this particular tweet is there, right? You can always this is the retweet option, right? So when you retweet, then all your followers will get to know about it. Okay, it will go to them. Then this is like this is the like option. Okay, this is the share. Okay, share via if you want to send it some other, share it via direct message or copy link to the tweet and then share it on some other channels. This is really outside the platform sharing it. And this is the comment. Okay, so so actually across platforms, whether it is Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, these things are always there. Okay, that's what makes it a social platform. Retweeting, liking, commenting, these 3 things are always there. Now Handle is a name you choose to represent yourself on Twitter. Okay, so for example, this is the handle. Okay, at the rate ET Telecom is the handle, and verified account. Verified account basically means that users, there is a, so all the famous personalities, all the big brands, there is always a verification process by which the social media, the channels get to know that you're authentic. Okay, so there is a very separate verification process where you have to prove that okay, you are ET Telecom, you are Amitabh Bachchan, you are Shah Rukh Khan, right? And after that is established, then you are given this blue tick. So that is why that's the relevance of the blue tick, so that people know. I mean, even for Amitabh Bachchan, for example, there will be like 10 handles of Amitabh Bachchan. Okay, but how do you know which one is the real one? Because the real one will have a blue tick. Okay, it is meant for that purpose. It is also there on Facebook. Okay, the same thing. Okay, now, okay, so what are the other things? Uh, so this is the uh, this is the Twitter bio. Okay, and you have to be, it's not very long, so you have to be sure of what you want to write there. And you can, whether it is Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, like all of them have their way, have a facility to actually have a like a cover page here. Okay, so like a branded header. Okay, the Twitter, now, one of the main things is, which one of the differences I would say between Twitter and the others is that you can tweet like say 8 times a day also. Okay, it is fine, like 3, 5, 7, 8 times a day, because Twitter is meant to be like a live platform, live social channel. It's not the same with Instagram and Facebook. So generally on Instagram and Facebook, you would see that at the most people do stick to 2 or 3, unless you are like a news channel, you're a magazine. Other people don't expect you to be so active on Facebook and Instagram. But on Twitter, it is fine. You can do 7, 8 also, because it is that kind of a platform. People want to know what you are up to at any point of time. Okay. Uh, I mean, these are actually things which are relevant for most platforms. Not using too many hashtags. Now, when you say too many, something more than say 5 or 6, I would say, it looks bad also, and it does not serve any purpose. Like, you should select the hashtags which you think are associated with it. Okay, with your brand. Okay, for which you know that the audience is searching for those particular things, those particular hashtags. Um, so tweets with videos. Video is something which across channels is getting a lot of weightage. Okay, so tweets with videos would appear larger in user timelines than just text tweets. So if you have a video, you should take the effort of like an important one, like a contest video, brand video. You should take the effort of uploading it on Twitter, uploading it on Facebook. Not that you are sharing like a link from YouTube here. Okay, so if you share a link from YouTube, then this window will not look so good and will not be so big. But if you upload a video, like natively upload a video, then it will look bigger and more attractive. Okay. Then there is an option too for polls. Okay, you can have these kind of polls. Now all these things matter when you have like a big following. Okay, because you have to have a big following, only then things like polls, contests actually matter. Okay, this is an important change. 280 characters. Earlier it was 140 characters. Right? If you remember earlier, this is like a year back. Okay, it was more than that, a little bit more than that. It was 140 characters, and this is at that time. It was really, sometimes it takes more skill to write something in 140 characters than to write a big post on it, right? So it was very tough for a lot of things to to be fitted into 140 characters. So, I mean, Twitter has understood that, and to make it more accessible, they are now saying 280 characters. Okay. Then there's a very interesting feature called Twitter Threads. Okay, so basically the Twitter Threads. So this is an example of a Twitter thread. So what basically Twitter thread is that the limit is 280 characters. But now if you want to talk about more information about a personality, okay, so then how do you do that? So then you would do the tweet, okay, like is given here, and then you would comment on your own. You will comment on your own tweet. Okay. You can see that these are all comments and these are part of the same thread. Okay, so this is the Twitter thread, and apart from that, there is the Explore tab. Okay, now the Explore tab is something. So when you log into Twitter, okay, when you log into Twitter, you get the feed of all those whom you are following. Okay, but now if you go to the Explore tab, okay, this is a consolidation of things which Twitter thinks would be interesting for you. Okay, so it is taking things from news, it is taking things from sports, entertainment, and this is like a news feed for you. Like it's a collection of all things that the Twitter thinks you would be interested in. Okay, and COVID-19, because it is really topical, right? So that's what is there in the Explore. This Explore is nothing but Twitter's suggestions of what Twitter thinks would be interesting for you. Okay. And Home is when you go to Home, like any other social platform. When you go to Home, you basically see a feed of people whom you are following.